Hi, it's Jonathan from the EFC. What today I want to do is talk to you about these things. Focus pads, pad necks, whatever you want to call them. A lot of times in a skill set, people expect you to come to kickboxing or boxing and they want to box and kickbox. What they don't see is the skill set to holding and using of pads. It's an art form in itself. People expect you to come in and do punch and kick, and some other people hold the pads because it's easy. Holding the pads is really difficult. It takes a lot of time and a lot of work to get used to doing it. It's a really good workout in a sense. You're holding isometric tension, so you're pressing on the pads and they're getting full force shots in the pads, so angles that you want to do. I always make the same jokes. You're not allowed to use some like Mickey Mouse's ears or YMCA when you're holding pads. You're holding the pads at the level of the person's shoulders, whoever you're training with. So the pad sense you're holding a boxing stance or a stance form in the pads. So you're practicing your stance as you're moving. When you're moving around, you'll be on the balls of your feet. You'll move left, right, forwards and backwards. You'll get a good leg workout, a good kinetic bouncing workout. You're good isometric from pressing and holding on the pads. You've always got to hold the pads correctly. If you don't, you'll damage the partner that's throwing the punches or kicking, or you holding the pads can get a damaged elbow, damaged shoulder joint. Easily you get hand damage from holding it. It's a lot of hard work. I'm a full-time pad man, so I see this on a regular basis. I always class it as a good workout. Have to continually stretch throughout the days depending on how I do it. I use a massage gun on my muscles to help my muscles recover. I hang a lot to do it, but holding the pads, in a sense of holding the pads, I'll hold the pads at my boxing stance. From there, if I'm holding the jab cross, there's different versions of it. I can hold my jab cross to make it level, or I can make it offset, make my jab to go there and offset, step in for a cross. When I'm holding the hooks won't be held in this angle because it'll damage into the joint. It'll be held in this angle, covered in. So it's turned from there, it won't be out there. And I'll be holding them for the same there, so a left hook will be there, a right hook will be there as an orthodox fighter. Jab cross will be there or there, depending on the posture. So you'll hold the jab cross and hold the weight in. Don't hold them out, don't let them drive out. For an uppercut, you put it level with the shoulder. Say a left uppercut will be about here, a right uppercut will be about here in angles. For changing the hook to an uppercut or uppercut to hook, you basically could change the angle in this form. Yeah? Rather than like uppercut, hook, I don't know who they are, it has to be one person that you're fighting. If you're doing it for your kick work, you can hold for a front snap kick, doubled over. The same as for knees, left and right knee. If I was using a round kick, I can use it as a high single, or I can use it as a body shot, a spleen shot there, low right or a low left. And posture wise, I can double over the pads. So I can use a single pad for a motion or double the pad over. A lot of people get confused in holding the pads. Say the technique was a jab cross, left hook, right kick. It'd be jab cross with a jab cross, a left hook, I'll turn the pad from there, hold that angle there, keep my elbow point in, so the double pad gives a double weight. I would slightly step back to make the kick actually work, because your legs are longer than your arms on most people. So what you're doing is, you're doing it to the best of your ability holding the pads. Make the same standard joke. People like explaining like football, like getting the pads as the being in goal. If no one likes being in goal, so the worst keeper in the world, but as soon as they back out again, they're like Alan Shearer. Always look at your pads as you're creating a skill set. In the pads, you either slip, catch or wear. You'll slip the motion that's coming at you full force, you'll catch a technique that'll come at you, or you'll wear it. You can't be thinking about anything else when you're doing pads. You've always got to be concentrating on the pads. Because you're concentrating for two people, you're concentrating to get the person that's punching and kicking to the best technique that they can do, whether you're improving technique, timing or speed, or power source, but also you're doing this for yours. You can see angling of shot and you can improve the angling of your shot by your correct pads. Like I said, pad works skill set. It's a tiring skill set. It takes years to develop. I love watching people do pads because you can learn new sets of routines or pad skills from basically anybody. So it's a good way to go. So whenever you're in your group class or your private class in that sense, hold the pads correctly, be a good training partner. Alright? Why I?